about personal development.
Yes.
So wealth, personal growth.
Re tlo bolela ka dilo tsa go fapana, go profeta, go hlatsisha dileso. Leisa La Maisa hape bana mošoba o ratang Yesu se tla ka meriri malapeng a batho.
Dumelang ka moka, leina la ka ke nna Mapaseka Leisa. Welcome to the very first episode, the Building Hour.
The Building Hour ke mo re dulang gona nna le kgaitsedi nako e tla ra be bale ba bangwe re bolela ka ditaba tša bophelo. Re bolela ka ditaba tša bophelo tše dingwe topic e nngwe le nngwe re nyaka bola ka setlhogo se sengwe le se sengwe sa lekgono. Re bolela ka maikarabelo a bana goba gantši like bo rena so ba no re bitša black tax goba thušo ya di-siblings. So batho ba lo like nna ke nna first born ka gešo, so you can understand I have 4 sisters ba batlang ka morago ga ka nako go no tšwa mmereko o šetše o ne di-dependence le ge o sene ngwana mo lefatshe. So re tlo bolela ka yona ntho e ba go tseba ba re ke black tax.
I think a lot of time we undermine how these things affect us either way.
Yes.
Because ki one of those things that a normal black South African child is not exempt from.
Yes, yeah.
So unfortunately, whether you like it or not, most of us have been exposed to black tax.
Yes.
And I think the first thing I want us to tackle is I hear a lot of us who can blame abatswadi for black tax. For hey, why next to re ke thomo bereka ke a re le mme ngwako ke ishe bana ba re skolong ke direng. And unfortunately this thing, it goes deeper even at the stage ya go tshela gore motho o nyetse o na le mosadi o na le bana.
Yes.
But still they have a family that is still looking.
Yes, what we call extended.
Your mother, your father, your sisters. Where does it start? Where does it stop?
Yes. Where does it start? Where does it stop? But now I want us to be very clear. We must understand that now, according to me, there's no such a thing as black tax.
Okay.
And there's no such a thing as individualism in life. You can't live for yourself. Not only by our culture or by or which ka re go na le go sela le ka bibeleng ye gona. Yes, motho o phela la ba bang.
Okay.
Yes, ha gone le Jesu o tlile a tla rena re sa mo tseba sa re tsebe a tlo tšea kgobosho a e rwala magetleng ya gage. My belief is that every aspect of life demands a sacrifice.
True that.
And every covenant demands a sacrifice. Life is a covenant. Family is a covenant.
Marriage is a covenant.
A person who doesn't understand that we are not living for ourselves first, and life on its own demands us to give something to receive something.
I hear you, and I agree with you to a certain extent. But what I want to understand, black tax thoma o sa lomunya.
Yes.
Ya skolong wa graduate, and go fetsa o graduate, your first job, you have to whatever. Some have to buy.
You are taking it far. Was preschool. Na ke tsene creche preschool. Ka re jwa
I remember creche preschool. Re ka se re wa feel a black tax because of usale under the care of your parents.
Yes, let me tell you this.
Okay.
It's any gradually preschool going mpahlele ka di-80s because ka have seen pathood. So this early childhood development thing, it told me le kana go etele marcation, but I'm just boosting up where I come from. So so listen.
As if I don't come from there.
So listen, you are going to a trip. Ka sub A. Ka first kaftin South Chacha. South Chacha ole chaoja aba go fe 20 rand. Mara mama o botsa ro shadishetse bana ba re. Wena tjo. Swali ya ka muka. So I'm telling the truth. So it starts there, but to me, I view it as a responsibility to say, you are not alone.
Yeah.
You are not for you.
You are not for you.
You must be for others.
Yeah. And ultimately,
Yes.
I think
Yes.
it's a lesson.
Yes. So yeah.
And at some point of your life, you will choose or not. Am I for this lesson or not? That's why you can see Motu. I'm a millionaire.
Yeah, but
Mara.
I don't know. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ka philosophy. Yeah. But it is very destructive to a certain extent.
Yes.
Because I think also the person, like in Leisa firstborn garage, I had to strike a balance between contributing into my sisters and my family, and in my family, and also have a plan on how things are going to be when I get married. And one thing about this is that we must understand that it's not an obligation, it's a choice. And you must teach the people around you, those who are benefiting from you as a big brother, that this, I don't owe you, I don't owe anyone this. It's a choice. I can choose to leave and not contribute into my younger sister's life, and as they grow up, they come to choose, they stay with you and all that.
I think on the issue when you say it's not a must, I think a lot of us feel like it's a must.
Yes.
Because of the way batswadi ba approach nkagona.
Yes.
From the time o tloga gae o ya vets ba re nna ngwana ka o ya sekolong ga a fetša o tlo thuša batho ba bangwe. So I think that parents put so much pressure on us.
And society.
And society as well.
Yes. I remember Judge Zondo Abulela interview for the Chief Justice position. Mapaseka the distinction, and the society expected him not to go to university to Orayo Veraga to Shemma. So he went to this Indian man, and then Mapaseka school Aisha cross her, because the society expect us to immediately assist our parents as we grow. Why? Because the society is not wrong. Because the society have contributed. We grew up in an environment where we grew up in an environment where those who have will always give those who are not having.
So which goes back to issue we as individual, it's not just about when. And I'm happy that you mentioned that, because growing up in a village is such a privilege.
Yes.
It has taught me personally great values that nobody can ever take away from me.
Yes.
I mean, now where I'm staying now, I've got a neighbor. I've never spoken to her in 3 years.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Mona fela ga tsena ka garage na ijwa if ke tlhaka na lena itano ba hello, but
you never said how are you
I
today.
Never said to how are you today.
Yeah.
Sometimes ke a iputsa gore ge ba kare ke mmerekong bana ba na le problem whatever, I can't even phone my neighbor. Why
Yes.
So I think those were great lessons that we learned. Le gore khale go sna dijo ya ka next door ba go fa ba go tshella bopiletswai whatever. And that was really the spirit of Ubuntu. Mara, what I'm saying is, I think that as society evolve,
Yes.
even our parents are becoming more open-minded about things.
Yes.
So if I were to give example, when I'm the firstborn as well,
Yes.
and I had the privilege to go to best schools.
Yes.
My father was not rich,
Yes.
but he was a responsible man, and
Yeah.
he understood the value of
Of
education.
yes.
So as I say, as we're exposed to a lot of things, we also teach our parents to be open-minded.
Yes.
Yes. One day ukadula fasi wa bolla le tatago, have a heart-to-heart civil conversation.
Yes.
Gape ga le beno ba re papa ke motho o motjhaba.
Wa feta le ya mo pasisi e tla ga lebotho so that I've paid. But you know, again, is that this issue of society and what they expect from us is entrenched in Africanism. Mago a gona go dula Australia ngwana mma ba boloko a sa a tla ema bitleng is because of how they were taught. And we cannot say what we were taught is wrong. The only thing is that even in those commitments to assist each other and live with each other and brighten the little corners where we are, if you have a lamp.
Yeah.
There is no, we must afford those who are around us to understand that is also done out of free will. It's done out of free will, and we must never reach a point where someone think that assistance is due to them and is an obligation, and you are obliged and you owe them assistance.
I think it's deeper than them just thinking that. For example, batswadi ba bantši o kry-e le gore motho wa sacrifice whether o rekiša ditamati or o rekiša kgomo tša gage tša mafelelo gore o ye sekolong. For them, as much as we can say gore it's a parent's responsibility, mara for bona ba e bona as investment ya gore ngwanaka ga ka phasa o tlo tsoga ka yena. And forgetting gore le wena o motho nako nngwe in the process of you o le ko university or you get your first job o dira ngwana.
You get a young man there.
I think that maybe
or a young girl.
I've been going this keep putting the question didn't sure now. There's no formula mo life.
Yes.
But can planning make our life or black text a little bit easier in a sense how re plan bophelo ba rena o tsebe okay, at this stage I need to push my siblings, at this stage I need to build my mother a house, I need to do this before you actually say I want to marry somebody or I want somebody in my life, because of as soon as you say tomorrow wanyala, I expect you to be my husband, I expect you to put me and our kids first. So where do you balance as a man or okay usually I get it. So, and I've got my sisters who's in university, or I've got my mother back at the village who does not have an income. And really, if I don't send her that 1,000 or whatever amount that you've been doing, it means
yeah, but now, you know, now I've seen many black people being obsessed with the theory of life.
Okay.
Life is purely practical. We can plan, but I can tell you now that you cannot plan your life.
You can to a certain extent. So what do I mean by that? There's people who would literally plan their life and say, besides, let's put the black text aside. There's people who say, you know what, I can't afford myself. Why must I bring a child into this world?
Yes.
So that person would be in a better financial situation, in a sense, or at least you can put food on the table, you can put shelter, blah blah blah. There are people who really look at life that way, and there's people who they're spontaneous. And really, if you plan to a certain extent, you in most cases you do get better results.
But life ain't a plan.
No, e ka no se be le plan ya life go tlhoka plan ya gona. It means gore o ka no re nna ke le matlhatši ke nyaka go ba millionaire. Okay? But life has got other plans for you.
Yes.
O le matlhatši o ka no re yo in 5 years I want to see myself ke le president or whatever. But life can have other plans. But when it comes to things like family, your life, I strongly believe that you can still plan if you want.
Bring in the family thing. That's why even this thing of yours, family planning, it includes chemicals. Because there must be a distraction. That chemical or that medicine is distracting a natural process for a certain extent. So, my understanding of life, jokes aside, is that there are aspects of life you can initiate a plan on.
Yes.
That are plannable. But life in general is very complex, and
Too much.
there are natural things that delays. There are diseases. Like now, if you had plans for the next 2 years, I mean, when in 2018 you were planning for 3 years, 2 years of your life has gone now, and disrupted the plan that we have made through this infectious disease called COVID-19. Now, all I'm saying is that plan, within your reach.
Yes.
The aspects of the karolwana bophelo yo ka le ka mre yona le ge ba re ha ke fa.
So ra re le ngwana
Yes,
o ka te
including
potsa
one.
or mosadi wa te potsa wa re
ga ke nyake yes mosadi ka
yes, that's my point. Yes, some things you don't have control over them.
Ja tsona go swana le challenge, the financial aspect of it we don't have control, because financial stability it tla when on income.
Yes.
So there can be circumstances where your income is disrupted.
Exactly.
But we must always have a mentality of we need to put things in order. Others will say no, I need to plan, and of which is nothing wrong. But I'm just saying holistically life you can plan it. But the aspects ka re ga yona gore o skwana mo la tlhela toulo wa ba ke and he grown a person o le gore re tla lo bona so bona phambili so bona phambili yona nyakere.
There's a saying that says one who fails to plan he plans to fail.
Yes.
It's like
Yes, that aspect you can plan.
I'm just saying that
True.
yes, we don't know, economy cannot change, you can lose your job, but I think that if we can plan things that are within our reach, things that are within our control, our lives will be better.
Yes,
for
way
instance, go tseba gore nna ke na le dikgaitsedi tse 17.
Yes.
And I remember you choose, I want to see them grow, and I want to take care of them. Because it's a personal decision that you made on your own.
Yes.
Deal with that situation pele.
Yes.
Mola o feditše
Yes.
e ba gona o tsebang gore now I want to marry, now I want to have a child, blah blah blah. Because of, unfortunately, the minute you bring another human being into this world, you are responsible for them.
For those human beings.
That's why bona mafelelong makoti a sa kwane le dikgaitsedi a sa kwane le mmatswana.
Yes.
Because of ga fitla mola ba mmona as a threat.
As a threat,
and
economically.
And le wena jwale ka monna go nyala ngwana batho. You have to have a conversation with your parents or whoever that just listen, guys. I know hore ke khale ke le tlhokomela, I know hore you are my responsibility. Jwale ke mo ke go mangona. Ke le mosadi yena le bana ba tla pele. Lena, yes, you are still part of me. Ke tlo le thusha mo ke khona. Problem ke gore wena mola o tlweditse mama go mo fa 5,000 ka kgwedi wa sepela wa nyala mosadi. And then your mother still have the same expectation.
Yes.
You never had a conversation with her. You having a conversation with her does not necessarily mean that she will agree with you or she will come to party with what you are telling her.
Yes.
But what that is, it's showing you hore, you are acknowledging hore, you have created a certain expectation in her life.
Yes.
You understand hore, there's a certain role that you were playing, and things are very easy.
Yes.
But now you are taking your life to the next level. And also protect your wife. Because of, I think that I am speaking on behalf of most ladies, but I feel like sometimes they are not protected by their partners when it comes to the issues of black text. Because when as a partner, you fail to confront your family, you fail to confront whoever you need to confront.
Yeah. So, but now I want to know that if this woman wants protection from me, in the issues of black text, now she's immune from black text in her family.
No, not necessarily. So protection, maybe let me clarify or make it a protection give me. So her family 5,000 ka kgwedi. O nyetse mosadi la sepela la santin na ora ka ntlo ya bond nyaka 12,000 or whatever amount. It's both your wife and your responsibility. You have kids. Maybe chelete Aisa le kana tsana le ka mogolo before. I get.
Yes.
So by you not having a conversation with your mother or whoever you need to have a conversation with, you are not protecting her, because they will ultimately go and blame her.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, such comments. That's what I'm saying. From your part.
Look, Hajina, I understand one thing. Some might feel maybe I'm a sexist.
Are you a sexist?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So why do you think you are one?
No, I get it. No, people out of this comment, I get it, I know. I'm saying it because I want to outline it. I just believe we are not equal. No, and we are not the same. We don't have same responsibilities as people. Now, I would always say to men that I believe that we as men, the way I was raised, we represent the authority of the kingdom of God. And that authority comes with blessings. And blessings comes with responsibilities. Now, I have a belief that as a man, or you lead, even like now I've behaved like a married man even before I got married.
Because that's in you.
Yes, that's because.
So around you are a marriage material.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
Really? Yeah, but I was doing that because I always thought as a man, you are a leader. I grew up killing the firstborn, maybe it's because I grew up killing firstborn, and with 4 girls. Now I'm killing wood, and then leave school, work. Wood 1, 2, 3 wood. And that's pity. I had to manage it at a very young age.
Yeah.
Even to afford them that at a certain stage, because as leadership doesn't sleep. You initiate. I always tell people that there are cases, there are criminal laws that are initiated in the country that there are certain acts that when you commit, they are criminal. They are criminal by nature, like espionage. We have never convicted anyone in the country that charge espionage, but it's there in the law.
Yeah.
Well, you know why? Because the law is proactive. Yeah. The law combats nature of human beings.
Yes.
So now, as a person that represents a certain authority in life, you need to think like that. Or you need to all of them now. Oh, this is my role as a man, and this is gonna be my journey. So much journey ke a tsore ke tlo ba le bana ba ge shone bana ba ge shuba tlompana ke le buti ba ntepela mara ba ba tlo nya ka tepa le ge ba ne 37.
Exactly.
So sanje ke ba rute gore they must not overstay a stage, as I will never overstay a stage.
Yeah.
My stage of taking care of my family to a full cover, whereby comedy ke nna letswai ke nna teaspoon ke nna class ke nna
I think what you are
santse
saying,
ke ba combat.
yeah. I think what you're saying is very profound. So
Yes.
basically this is a collective it's a collective effort.
Yes.
So as much as Ola or 4 sisters like
Yes.
you, I've watched you look after your sisters.
Yes.
You played a very great role. You inspired me. So as much as you taking care of them, now we're talking about financially specifically.
Yes.
It's as a leader, as you've mentioned, it's your responsibility to teach them.
Yes.
Living independent.
Yes.
So what you say, you are preparing them mentally.
Yes.
You are teaching them where they can't be dependent on you, and at the same time they also have a choice to say, okay, we did not just go.
Yes.
Now I have to stand up on my own.
Yes.
Not to worry about it.
Yes.
So I think that it goes back to individualism as well. After what you have given as black text to assist your family, because there's still somebody who come from school are financially independent but still come and interfere.
Yes, in your life, yeah. And you know, I think everyone is a leader in our own special way.
Yes.
But one outstanding fact about leaders is that as a leader, you need to be obsessed with the future. So that's why I combated some of the things with my family even before they happened.
Yes.
Not that I've been there and came back to the past. It's because wisdom of life teaches us of the future. What is the future? What is progressive future?
Yeah.
Progressive future is for a young man at one stage to be responsible enough to bring a woman into their lives in a form of a family. For many different religious, cultural, and social reasons. Now, that we have found in life. Now, so a woman would come and be a nice woman, leadership were ascend. Kauru Christian to fasten. But Mauria, I want to talk about one ka 1960 ben ka modiela ona na ngwana o kwa pele ke tlo modiela gona swantse ke di ka di jwalo gore ngwana ka tlabe sharp. Now ba bangwe tlo go tla ile re ba bapala sekolo a mishai o ngona ga na future a mmele mmago a bua tla fetsa di degree ya gago a bere ka molate. Now is leadership whenever you ascend, whenever there's a situation that gives you responsibility, of which because we don't give birth to children, to human beings, responsibility. Yes, and ignorant. And if you are at a stage of responsibility, you are not ascending. You're gonna be an ignorant illusionist. So now you live in your own world with your own illusions. Now, a young woman, leadership, every one of us at one stage of our lives, we're going to be given responsibility. And responsibility comes with making you a leader.
Yeah. And I think that for me, as much as Raka label this thing as black text,
yes,
I see it as Africanism.
Yes.
Because from, as you said, your neighbor, and ultimately that thing nka se dule ka ra ntlo ya maiba ke driver koloi e botse my mother does not even have a roof over her head.
Yes.
So it goes back to your natural instincts.
Yes.
We were born or we were raised or we were trained. I don't know how to put it that.
We were born.
Yeah, we were born and we were grass Africa.
Yes.
We
were born.
O ka se be comfortable or wa relax o tseba gore ngwana ge no re be ja sana tlala.
Yes.
O ka se be comfortable o tseba gore mme ke godile a rekisha ditamati ko strateng go khoneng gore ke sekolong. But now instead of me helping her out ke bitsa black tax.
We were born. That's why we were born, because when there are many who are not like that, and the Rababita Ravani vote. I want to tell you a fact is that Rena as Africans, we get, and it's not only as Africans, human beings get satisfied from assisting another human being. Now we grew up in an environment where you know what that meant? Now we think a lot but feel a little.
Yeah.
Our culture, we were raised with people with feelings and emotional investigation, like the emotional emotional flows. They had an emotional installment in everything.
Intelligence as
Yes,
well.
emotional intelligence, and in everything they do, they had an emotional installment in it.
Yeah.
That's why Bokare we just call ba go itele o bolla o tsene ka saka mafura magola wa re wena wa kae o ro go furu a re wa se tsene ka sefero ga botse o ro wa go go tshunto ka mafuri a re tamo. They see you o tsene gore the way o tsene mo gate I see a normal behavior ya motho and ba botsa motho le rona le 3 years ene o sa te khwetsa or una le 6 years ha ke tsebela but bona already they have already have emotional installment mo ho wena gore ba go lo bona no but tlamo a bo yo robelwa so ka re wolla ka ntho e dia ka tseng ka nna go ke so wolla e feditse ba go tla wolla lolo ba nyaka tsara wena o wolla.
Yeah. And those people had so much authority, so much intelligence. And I think that's why we turned out the way we did.
Yes.
Because of their teaching.
Yes.
Before you hear your mother's voice.
Yes.
Hey, we're now dear. Why pushisha?
Yes.
So I think that.
And that's why I already did mama. You know, because we know, and we know that how can no can pick a young what is up as well.
Yeah.
Tawama Tomaka Channel morning.
Yeah.
Who show you what all about like Mokai.
Exactly.
I want to all more.
Exactly.
And all the comes home with our so.
Yeah.
Well.
So, I would say back to black text. Black text is not so black text.
No, it's not.
It's just how we were brought up.
Humanity.
How we live because of when I 5 rand.
Yes.
Wo ana sile.
Yeah.
3 rand wo aboganye. Wa kuke, ba be pele. Then lo wena o tla bontšu ya pele.
Yes, yeah.
So we pick each other up.
Yes,
yeah. Because of, as they say, unfortunately, our first bond
That's because why? The fact is that we grew up under a families where resources were very scarce.
Yeah.
Even the families where we thought they were better off than us. The fact is that as we grow, we went on. Come on,
yeah.
No, because so now Rena as Africans we have a commitment to humanity. It's in our culture, it's embedded. So but I remember even that humanity but tla ba e šomiša against rena like o bolela gore motho a ka tata re ya buti ya rena ba nyetše ga re sa gona re motho tshela ka kua raja why because they just become ignorant to say the same thing that I want to do to my brother. I want to allow it to anybody to do it to my husband.
Exactly, because of ultimately you
women are very territorial. Yes.
When you treat your sister-in-law in a certain way, you need to ask yourself, yes.
Yeah, but the law, you don't ask yourselves.
That's what I'm saying. We should. Not all of us.
Yes,
some of us actually.
Many
do.
of you.
Yeah. It's debatable.
Yeah, it's debatable.
It's debatable.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that because of Ranchi, as much as so there's men who behave like that.
As well.
I think let's say maybe
yes.
So I think ultimately, as I said, it's a collective effort.
Yes.
As much as the effort, the flaws, we all need to fix ourselves.
Yes. We all need.
That is an opportunity for me to better myself and better others. As you say, we are here to help each other.
We're not
so I think our biggest enemy in this whole situation, black tax, is that, and somewhere along the line, somebody will become inconsiderate or abuse their position.
Yes, or they are privileged.
But if we're now Mama and Papa you have to take care of your sisters. You have to take care of who else is supposed to do it. Why you do to a certain extent more and you install and teach your younger brothers and sisters to say, listen, we have to develop each other. Okay? Then in that sense, when I develop and most of all, let us guard our attitude, our attitude towards life, our attitude towards anything.
Yes.
And it depends how you look at it. It can be a bad thing, it can be a great thing.
Yes.
And I'm happy the way we as human beings we are living for other people, because I never used to see it like that.
Yes.
I used to see it as but abusive.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to understand a person can only teach you what they know.
Yes.
A person can only teach you what they know. So what I'm saying, our mothers and fathers, I get
yes.
That is something that they have been taught.
Yes.
Teacher technology because that's what you know.
Yes.
But you can't expect your mother to go teach you, or she could have taught you that then, because that's all she knew.
Yeah, and I always tell people here, this is very simple, and I always tell my siblings here in life, I like this feel as sa is a hlabelo saka ke nna ka sebele Jesu morena wa ka o sa amogela. When I give you and I assist you with money for education, that's I give you me.
Yes.
There's no material that can ever surpasses the mind that said give.
Yeah.
And that is me.
Exactly.
And that particular hymn says so it's just a plea. That you find it in your heart to recognize that I gave you me.
Yeah.
And you find it in your heart to say it is okay and enough. Thank you. Yes. So you can do everything to your siblings or your relative, and if they don't find it in their hearts and mind to say, just keep it to your heart, and so that's why o swantse wena o te peele gore o ke kgotsofetse I've gave my all.
And
Go feta mo a ke sa le
eh,
selo. Yes.
and remember, go decide or
Yes.
communicate.
Yes.
There is nothing
Yes. Yeah.
as worse as setting out an expectation in somebody's life. It's like your salary. Your salary is an expectation.
Yeah.
What's about a miracle Monday to Friday, you want to be 31, I'm expecting a salary at the end of the month. So company who does not office or
Yes.
so I think communication is key. That's my message. When you feel go back to the table.
Yes. Yeah. Through the years, I have done my all.
Yeah.
And then I think it's time for others. Remember, we can't change the world, but we must instill a sense in humanity that says, do your own part, contribute. Yeah. Even if you can have 100 million megawatts globe, cannot brighten the world.
No.
But it's only your little 60-watt globe with my little 60-watt globe that can brighten this room. And those others in that room, they must do the same.
Yes.
And I think how we grew up, that's what we were taught.
Yeah. So I think that so says we have the responsibility to build each other in a sense. When you take that sister your house kolong, it's Buti will always be there. Yes, you will be there. You are the brother, but to a certain mutogam one okasiba pile ngwana na le 15 years a khonera o fitla mo leng gore le wena wa filora engwana jwa le wa nkimela ke a motlhotlhora nke a sepele ka maotswa ga
even the physique of the child dictates that now has have a puller
wa patagana jwale.
Yes, the physique dictates that or no, oh, come you shall stomach as cool. It's on the just neck. So it's time. Time is critical in everything we do in our lives, and we must never overstay a stage.
Yeah.
We must never also abuse the privileges we have in our lives.
Yeah.
We must understand that life is seasonal.
Yeah.
And then to those baba neng le mathata le di siblings le bo makoti gore mang o ja chalta buti, my advice to them go lwena tsa mo nyaka ya o ka ja go ne stage mo philong se leng gore kwa janwa so go bona ba ja butiang gore o shetse go gona bona re chalta buti a jewa o shetse le thaka ya o ja ya o bo because one of them, I got the one or chalta with the idea. I want to take a hard time on a move. Oh, one okay, whatever. Let us go on a leisure full chicken. I got those. One of Munyani, Allah, Nana, we got mass. I look for us. I don't pay. And I don't pay. I got it. I got it. I won't be any. Okay, bona thoma go bona gore butia wa jiwa sister in law ya go morekisha dipents ibile ga sa le romela ka moga gona re wena o tswe o tsena le shoko ga itšedi o nyaka o ka mojao lo ka dia gore le ena ska romela ga gago ya
na le nna ke fetsa ka gore a re ska lebella black tax as the worst thing that has happened to us.
Yes.
Re lebelle ka gore we are Africans. We have the spirit of Ubuntu installed in us at a very young age. Let's just, in the process of this black tax, reroutane the lessons of life. Or at some point, aowa le nna jwale ke nyaka gore ke jiwe ke ba bangwe
Yes,
le
yes,
wena
yes.
sepela ba go ja somewhere.
Yes.
But ultimately, we must not lose the lesson that this whole thing teaches us.
Yes.
The circumstances tse e leng gore di khwetša re le ka mogare ga tsona, there's a learning, there's something that you can learn out of it.
Yes.
As you said, gore, as a person,
Yeah.
You are not for you.
Yes.
From go bereka o bereka gore
Yes.
ke berekela bana ba ka, ke bereka family ya
Yes,
ke berekela
yes.
whatever.
Yeah. Le go motho a kry-a sepetse ba tle gore go latlhile bana a tlogile mo lefatsheng go latlhile bana dikgwedi ke tlabe di mola di bolaya di re it's no longer gonna be the same. But all I'm saying is that is an affirmation that we all live for something. We all live for some people. We all it's part of humanity. At the moment when my mother was giving birth to you, stranger. After the shock or pass out for maybe 30 seconds, that going for 5 minutes, how hectic it was. Humanity no wa botsa re mo phuthele mo serishe mo apadishe ke ngwana ke motho mo motsa mo thabeleng gore ke botho wa botsa hala lela aba o tsebe le mama ba mo tsebe
Exactly.
yes so a repeat. This is the building hour ke nna Leisa La Maisa sibala khachi yaka
Mapaseka Leisa show until we meet again next week. Same
until
time,
we
same
meet
place.
again next week. You will be given an option on our page to suggest our topics and how we can improve the show.
Exactly.
Yes, so till we meet again.
Good night.
Ciao, ciao.